All right, how you doing, my gen? This is Lucifer here, spiritual and business consultant extraordinaire, and you might be wondering, what the heck is Lucifer doing on Earth? Let me tell you, he's talking about everything that the world is made of, which is what? Business and spirituality, baby. Let's get it. All right, so I want to talk to you guys about something. I've talked about this before, but this is some real shit, man. You know, because it reminded me, it's because of El Mara. That's the worst part. It's because of El Mara, because he put that shit in his video, and I was kind of like, oh, okay. Um, like how is Lucifer? I'm not going to talk about Lucifer being God right now, not just yet. Later, but right now, I want you guys, because I want you to feel the vibe. That's why I'm not gonna talk about Lucifer being God. I want you guys to feel the vibe. I wanna pump up some energy inside you, because we've been a little bit negative with the shit right now. Well, a little bit, not too much, but a little bit. So I'm gonna pump some energy in you real quick, man. Um, you gotta understand that people like us are literally Kryptonians. Yes, from goddamn. And I've talked about this. Yo, everybody's messaging me at the same damn time. What's up? Dang it, man. Sorry about that, bro. Yeah, so you're a Kryptonian, and you might be like, yo, you crazy? What the fuck you talking about? Kryptonian? Ain't nobody Kryptonian, man. That's a fictional shit. Nope. Actually, it's not. It's not fictional. The word Kryptonian is not fictional, man. Krypton, um, Krypton is actually a gas. You know what I mean? And it's a noble gas. It's a noble gas that's created form of coming from light, coming from like heat energy sources, light heat energy sources. It's a noble gas. A noble gas. That's what a Kryptonian is. So that's actual facts. That's what a Kryptonian is. So I've talked about like how Lucifer is actually Superman, right? He's the number one Superman, because like Lucifer is the king of, he's like the god of science, right? He knows everything that is science, everything that is, well, he is also seen as the homunculi, right? A homunculi can be seen on a negative spectrum as half man and half man, half ingredients, right? He's a made up composition. But there's also the homunculi in a romantic sense, whereas he's a amalgam of everything that humanity is made of, right? Which is business and spirituality. No, I'm kidding. It's a joke. I'm just I'm playing with you. you know, but in actuality, though, that means it's psychology, science, arts, um, mental discipline, mystical discipline, and so on and so on, if there is any. So, if you understand the concept of what a Superman is a man that is over a man. There's the man, and then there's the Superman. The Superman will be stronger. The Superman will be smarter. The Superman will be yada 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 blah blah blah. So you already know that Lucifer had a fall from grace. See, the thing is, everybody think that fall from grace means he was cast down from above the sky to under to the underworld of the earth. So he fell from up down the sky to the under, but that no, because all those things, there's no such thing as over the earth and under the earth. Everything is created in a quintessential fashion. Everything is connected. As above, so below. As below, so above. So Everything in the sky seems to be out of your reach, but in actuality, it's not out of your reach. Everything under the sky might seem to be under the earth, might seem to be far from your reach, but in actuality, it's not. It's really not. It's like I said before in my other video, which I was telling too much secrets, right? Things in the mirror are closer than they appear. So look at Elmira, right? This guy, he's a mystic. Well, we all know he doesn't read books, but he want to act like he reads books and shit like that. But you gotta understand, if you're a real mystic, if you're if you're a real mystic and you're a high level Mason, then you already know that God. Oh, sorry, God, and I'm kidding. I'm sorry. It's okay if you believe in that stuff. It's okay. I'm just kidding. I'm just playing the character, man. I'm just playing the character. I'm sorry, man. I don't want to diss you. So you can, but it does make me nauseous saying his name. But anyway, God, right? And you know, there's Lucifer, right? But the thing is, they're both here at the same time. So I'm conscious that I just acted like I wanted to regurgitate in front of him. Like he's right there. Like he's right. I know he's there. Like I know where he is. Like I know that. Okay, let me give y'all niggas a secret because you guys been supporting me so much and people want to hear me talk that shit. So let me talk that shit right now. I might pay for this later. I hope I don't. So spirits, don't punish me for saying this. All right, please. You but like so I know. Okay, so let me say it like this. I'm not gonna say which side is which, but I'll say it like this. And some people, if you know which side it is, shut up. All right. Don't say nothing. All right. If you know what side is what side, shut up. We don't comment. All right. Comment on other things. Don't say it. Don't say it. You know what I mean? That shit is for you to know and for you to know. I was gonna say it, but it's because I love you guys and just I feel like giving you a little something and everything. So anyways, man, so I know that one side of my body, not my body, not my actual physical body, right? But in my 3D world, in my 3D dimension, like shit is separated. It comes right down the middle, right? Shit comes right down the middle. Okay? So on one side there's Lucifer and on one side there is God. Any self-respecting Kabbalist or alchemist knows that, right? So Lucifer is omnipotent. Like people think Lucifer is not omnipotent because he was an angel. That's bullshit. Mind you, Metatron is like God. Metatron, if ever something happened to God, Metatron has enough power to act as if he was God. Right? So mind you, and this guy, Metatron, was a human. So if one of the most powerful angels under the course of angels was turned into a demon, then he would have, if he's responsible, you have to understand that you have to make you have to make sense out of it, right? So if you're responsible for a whole other type of energetic spectrum, you're the king of that energetic spectrum. You're the God of that spectrum, right? So that makes you as God too. So that makes you also omnipotent. God is, on the light spectrum, apparently, supposedly, allegedly, right? So he is on the light spectrum because he governs the entirety of the light spectrum. So Lucifer governs the entirety of the dark spectrum, right? So if light and dark is always consistently there with you, if your consciousness has a good side and a bad side, that means Lucifer, or Satan, as some would some people would call them, Satan and God actually coexist side by side consistently. So basically, Satan and God are almost the same person, but they're not the same person, right? Like it's just it's like Lucifer and Lucifer has one arm and one leg, and then God has the other arm and the other leg. You know what I mean? So they're like consistently together. Yes, they can act apart from each other, but it still remains that at the end of the day, they coincide. Like they're actually almost the same person, but they're on different spectrums. They're on a two-dimensional. They're almost living in a two-dimensional world, right? Which is, too. It's that's science that's way too far advanced for me to explain. To be quite honest, that's like quantum mechanics and shit. That's quantum entanglement. So that's way above my pay grade. But that's what's really going on with the whole light and dark spectrum. That doesn't mean that God. Every time if people feel like if people feel like God shows up in their life, they'll see a person, they'll see God, or an angel or whatever, right? They'll see that person, they're not gonna see like half of his face has a horn and the other half it's like a man with a long beard and shit. They're gonna see the man with the long beard, So as I was saying, when we say fall from grace, when he said fall from man, what had happened was for a period of time he was a man. For a period of time he was walking on earth. If you check out the Bible, there's passages depicting that Lucifer was on earth and he was he was the king of earth. Well, he didn't proclaim himself to be king of earth, but he used to battle. He used to fight wars. He was a slayer of men. He used to fight wars. So you got to imagine a guy that's walking on 2 feet and he's like one of the most powerful angels out here and he's fighting people. So he's a Superman. He didn't have wings. You know what I mean? He fell from grace. So his wings was not there. Whether they were literal or metaphorical, he didn't have wings. So when other men used to see him coming, this nigga would just like like Superman, fucking and that's what it was, bro. So the other thing is, how is Lucifer God? That's a brand new bucket of worms. That's like a whole new bucket of worms, because that's another fall from grace. Actually, that's what happened. I mean, that was another fall from grace. That was the fall from grace. The reason why Lucifer is not God right now is because the power that he had was usurped by God and his angels. So they kind of, took over the shit. You know what I mean? So that's why I'm saying like Lucifer is actually, yeah, I said it. I guess I said it. I was gonna do another video about it, but I'm just gonna skim through it. And the thing is, like you gotta have, everything was dark in the beginning. There was no light. Everything was dark. You can't. Light is something. You know what I mean? Like light is a thing. Like the darkness is nothing. Like like. So they cannot. It's impossible that in the beginning there was light, because in the beginning there was nothing. There was absolutely nothing. Nothing is not light. Light is something. You know what I mean? Like absence. If you have absence of light, absence of oxygen, absence of any type of activity, because activity is actually what creates energy, and light is energy. So there's no fucking way that in the beginning there was light. There was no light in the beginning. There was darkness. So darkness actually is the number one governor of energetic spectrum. So even light comes from darkness. Even light comes from darkness. It's like black holes. At some point, there was a black hole that was created. At some point, whatever. So, as I said before, you need to rejoice. Because what does that mean? Why are you Kryptonians? Because we are actually comprised of these entities. We are comprised of stardust. Our body is actually 90% stardust, a noble gas, a Kryptonian. We are Kryptonians. You know what I mean? We feed off light. We feed off the light. We feed off the gas that the light gives us from the sun. You know what I mean? CO2, H2O, not H2O, but CO2 emissions, man. Fucking, oxygen, O2 oxygen, all that shit. That's part of the noble gas spectrum. That's part of the noble gas spectrum. And what do you call noble gases? The gases that we breathe in, that we actually exude from our body. Kryptonian. You're a fucking Kryptonian, man. So this is why most of us got fucking powers right now. Most of us got powers right now, and we don't understand why we can't do the things we can do, because that's our default mode. It's just that we've been lied to by the government, but our default mode, a default human, is actually a Kryptonian. It's not the humans that we have today. The humans that we have today is because of all the programming and the conditioning and the mass consumerism and whatnot and blah blah blah. It kind of it dumbed us out. It dumbed us down, bro. It dumbed us down, bro. And what, like, we're watching El Mirror. El Mirror is part of that shit, man. We're watching the nigga. You watch a guy like El Mirror, you're dumbing yourself down. You're never gonna become a Kryptonian watching El Mirror. You know what I mean? You're never gonna feel like even if you were a Kryptonian, if you spent 7-8 years watching El Mirror's content and you're watching people like El Mirror all the time, you don't even know that you're a Kryptonian. How you gonna know that shit? These guys ain't teaching you shit. They're filling your mind with bullcrap. They're telling you negative shit all the time. They're basically lying to you all the time. They're lying about themselves. They're lying about everything they have. They're lying about how they do the shit they do. You know what I mean? So how do you even know if you're a Kryptonian or not? You're still sleeping. You're in the Matrix, bro. You're kind of like Neo when they found him in the pod, bro. So right now I'm like Morpheus, and I'm trying to get you to detach yourself from the Matrix, bro. Like, you're still in the pod right now. If you rocking with El Mirror, you're in the pod. You're in the Matrix and you're in the pod, bro. Like, you're not awake. You know what I mean? It is what it is. So for everybody else, you're a Kryptonian, my nigga. And like I said before, you might be a Kryptonian, you don't even know. Because, you're not awake yet. You know what I mean? Because you think like shit like El Mirror is doing, that's the real shit. No, it's not. It's far beyond the real shit. Shit, this nigga, like, come on, man. Dominance on women. He's talking about vampire energy, dominance on women and shit. Where the fuck was your vampire energy last night, man? That girl was about to whoop your ass. Bro, I was scared for him at some point. I was like, yo, this girl's about to kill this nigga, man. She's sitting there, man, like, where's my phone? Telefono, telefono, telefono. God damn. You got wrecked, son. You know what I mean? So, stop listening to shit like that. Wake up, man. You're a Kryptonian. You got superpowers. You can fly and shit, man. You can shoot. You got like laser eyesights and shit, like frost breath, all that shit, man. All that shit. God damn it. And some of us are superhuman, but that's another thing, because there's different kinds of superhumans too, but I'm gonna call everybody a Kryptonian just to make everything simpler, You know what I mean? Because that's what we were supposed to be in the first place. I mean, Superman is the potentiality of humanity, and Lucifer, he's like, the thing about Lucifer is, the thing about me is I'm here sitting here and I'm like, yo, you can be like me too, man. You know what I mean? Whatever the fuck this guy was saying was bullshit, dog. Like, you can do all the shit, all the things that I do, you can do it. It's just that you don't know how to do it yet. You know what I mean? And a lot of people are like, well, I don't want to learn that shit because that shit's a sin. You know, most people are like, shooting laser beams out of your eyes is sinful. You know what I mean? Flying in the sky is sinful. You know what I mean? Running super fast is a sin. Everything's a sin. You know what I mean? So they end up not being Kryptonians because they're scared that they might get punished for being Kryptonians. You know what I mean? But I'm sitting here and I'm like, you seeing all these powers, you're seeing all these things, but I'm sitting here at the same time saying you can do all that shit. You can do all that shit. I'm gonna teach you if you want to. Yeah. But you gotta stop listening to El Mayor first. Well, actually, that's facts. That's actually facts, bro. Like, that's not even a joke. You know what I mean? That's actually facts. That's not even. I'm not even exaggerating. That's the worst part. That's the worst part, bro. I'm not even. It's not even an exaggeration. So Anyway, this video is too damn long. I'll see you on the next one, man. Peace out.